tell us, a lot of people want to do a startup in cybersecurity. How did you pick one good startup idea after another? You didn't come trained as an entrepreneur. You come from cryptography research. You have a bug to do something on your own. Yeah. How did you pick the problem? Like, how did you go about finding what?
Yeah, so I'm first principle thinker. I think for myself. And in entrepreneurship, I think that is a rare exception, even among successful entrepreneurs. Because general truth behind startup land here is that you see what's hot.
Yeah.
And you go pitch that idea.
Yeah.
And investors also need to invest money because that's only when they get paid. So they have to find somebody, and then there is a match. And if it's good idea, chances were it was good idea for a reason. And out of 10 companies, maybe 5 will succeed or 3 will succeed. And if you are 30% chance that you are successful.
Yeah.
I'm not like that, because for me, my life is short. I want to have control over what I do, and I want to think for myself, take responsibility of my own actions.
Yeah. So
this is why, I take some time to think what I would do and do my own research, and then I try to convince others.
Mm-hmm. So obviously market size is one of the things you go after, even though you are passionate about the field. It's something you consider very seriously.
That's right. So as part of your research on what to build and how to build, you have to first see that there is a problem, right? And why is that a problem? Are people willing to pay money if you fix that problem?
Yeah. So did you make a lot of phone calls, or your work with cryptography research and NVIDIA had kind of given you a sense of the problem?
No. So the problem in cybersecurity was very clear that lots of breaches were happening, and that is still happening. Mm-hmm. So problem is there. The trouble in cybersecurity is that solutions are not there.
Yeah.
Because these problems keep happening, and if you build something, people will pay you money.
Yeah.
And so the unique thing I did was that I created the first company that said that we'll do data only security. That forget everything. If we encrypt data, things should be good. And so that was very unique, bold approach.
Yeah.
But I had done my calculation that this happens, and therefore this should work.
Yeah. So you were 5 years ahead of your time.
Yeah.
5 to 6 years ahead of your time.
And then I went and tried to convince investors. But rather than looking at what's hot, because back then 2016, machine learning was hot. People were doing lots of behavioral analytics in security. There are always some hot trends.
Yeah.
And rather than, my advice to entrepreneurs is that rather than chase trends, think for yourself why something makes sense.
I like that. It's very different the way you're going about. Rather than chase trends, this is like you're telling the customers or consumers what they don't have. How do you get to think like that? Do you have to be in this subject matter for a long time?
No, not really. I mean, in fact, best ideas come from people who are not subject matter experts. Because in this days, everything is accessible. You can get all the knowledge. You can catch up to 90% of world's expert in any field in 2 weeks of deep study.
I agree.